What's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. And as always, be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. And when you subscribe, hit that notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. You know, recently in the news in this country, there's been a lot of gun violence. That is the headline. A lot of news stories, a lot of news outlets. You have the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, where he was found not guilty. You got a lot of people who are torn about that verdict. Some want mad because they say, white guy, they feel he's a white supremacist, got off. Some people will tell you that, hey, no matter how you see it, how you feel about it, the law is the law, and he really didn't break no laws. Well, other than carrying a weapon, being underage. I think that was a felony or misdemeanor. And when the judge dropped that, and really pretty much once the judge dropped that case was pretty much done. It had no leg to stand on at all, not even a toe to stand on. What's the brother Ahmaud Arbery, when he was murdered last year, they had the trial this week, and the three white supremacists who killed him, who hunted him down, shot him down in cold blood, worse than a dog, in the middle of the street while he was jogging. They were found guilty. A lot of people were happy about that, but then some people was looking like, hey, they're guilty, so they committed a crime, but it's like, what's that gonna do for the black community as a whole? How's it gonna help us, in the near future and the long run, political wise? President Biden said that more needs to be done after the guilty verdict, but yet you knew that this incident happened last year, and yet there's nothing political being done to protect, the black citizens of this country. We already seen the Asian hate bill, passed, but we know that, Aboriginal Black Americans, statistically crimes have been committed against us. Hate crimes have been committed against us a lot more than anybody else, but yet can't get a hate bill crime. Sure the hell you can't get reparations. And just last week, rapper Young Dolph got killed in broad daylight, gunned down while, getting cookies from his favorite, was it Makita's Cookies in Memphis, getting it from his favorite, cookie shop, getting his favorite cookie. He's gunned down, shop has to close down, and they have a GoFundMe page. Make sure you go to that GoFundMe page and donate a few dollars. Everybody, if everybody donates, they can raise the goal so they can help open up back the shop. And then you had a young lady too that was gunned down by a boyfriend or somebody. Actually, two young ladies. One was shot 9 times in the stomach, pregnant lady, sister in Philadelphia. And then I think one lady in Houston, boyfriend she was trying to get away from, I guess, killed her in her house while her 5 kids was in the house. So it's a lot of violence going on. A lot of people are sensitive, not desensitized about, when it comes to violence. There's no more respect for human life, whether it's the victims or the victims' families, or even the perpetrator. He doesn't care about his own life or his family life and how he's going to affect everyone around him, his loved ones. So, like I say, it seems like then you got the laws, in Texas, the open carry laws and stuff like that. But I say all that to say this. Wendell Pierce. See an article here in Yahoo.com. If y'all know Wendell Pierce, I know him from, The Wire. He recently took to Twitter here, and I'm gonna look at this article. It said Yahoo.com, where he has something to say about the normalization of violence in this country. And living abroad over the past 4 or 5 years, and it kind of makes you wonder, does he have a point? An article says, it's titled, The Wire star Wendell Pierce shares shock upon returning to America. With quotes, violence has been normalized. And the article says American actor Wendell Pierce has opened up about returning to the U.S. after living abroad for several years. Pierce, who starred in shows such as Wire and Suits, has starred in Death of a Salesman on the West End in London. Over the weekend, he explained on Twitter that he has traveled back to the U.S. for November. And here's his quote. I have lived abroad for 4 of the last 5 years. Sadly, what I'll be thankful for this holiday is leaving the U.S. for a more peaceful life. The violence in America has been normalized. Violent crimes, political violence, open carry laws. He added, my trip home was a palpable feeling of danger. In all parts of the country, small town, big city, the realization is that we have always been violent, but decided to evolve away from it. Now we have embraced it full on. And he has a point, because the country has always been violent. As a matter of fact, no matter what they try to teach you in the history books or what they try to whitewash or erase from the history books out of school, you know, and you need to make sure that your children know that this country was founded pretty much, well, hell, on violence. You know, they came and wiped out many, the majority, if not all, of the natives of this country. Slavery, we can just say that and put a period at the end. It's pure violence. The wars that we have been in, that the country has engaged in, going, you know, Vietnam, Korea, World War I, II, what have you, Afghan, killing of Muammar Gaddafi. You know, just the country's just built and created, just built on violence, destruction of other people for their own gain. And he said we tried to evolve away from it, which we did. You know, there's a lot of people, you know, especially like, you know, like the hippies of the 60s, 70s, you know, give peace a chance, all that kind of stuff. Now we have embraced it full on. And like I said, he has a point of that. He also says in another thread, he said he is not abandoning my country, community, or family. I'm an American citizen. I take ownership in that because I know my family and community built this country and its wealth. Exactly. We all know that this country was built on the backs of slave labor. There's no way around it. I don't care who comes and try to, you know, take claim of how the people came and helped build this country. Yeah, y'all did, you know, might did a little piece. And so if you want a little piece of the pie, that's fine. But for us and our people, when we talk about reparations, we want the big slice, because we created and built this country. Whether you believe we was brought up on slave ships or you believe we were still here, regardless, we were here. We built this country pretty much for free, and we've got nothing in return. No matter about the civil rights laws or any other kind of laws that they put out for minorities, which includes everybody, and we're always at the bottom. I mean, you could call it what you want. He said, I'm an American citizen. I take ownership in that because I know my family and community built this country and its wealth. Because of work, I have lived abroad, and it's a comfort knowing not everyone is carrying a gun. And that has to be very comforting, because I live in Texas. They had the open carry law, and now they have it to where you don't even have to have a license to carry. So in September, when that law passed, thanks Greg Abbott, when that law passed, I go to a local grocery store and I see this guy. He got, true story, he got a baby in one arm, groceries in another arm, and got a handgun on his belt, walking out the store. And can't really say nothing, because that's the law. He's legally, allowed to carry that, to do that. So, and that's not selling, man, because you got people with a trigger habit. Me myself, I do not like to carry a weapon when I'm driving, because I know how my temper is. Like, I get angry, not fairly quickly, but I can get, pretty upset when I'm behind the wheel, and I do not want to even get the idea of pulling a weapon out, or even having to think to have to brandish a weapon, because they say once you pull that son gun out, you better be ready to use it. And once you kill somebody or be killed, there's no turning back. And that's just that's a choice I don't want to have to make unless I necessarily have to. Now, somebody breaking my house, it's a whole nother story. But just driving down the street and just do like the old school, blow your horn, throw the finger up, and just keep going. But now people want to kill you now when you accidentally drift in their lane because you didn't see him. It's terrible. Citing witness testimony from Kyle Rittenhouse's trial, Pierce added, as a witness said in the trial last week, keys, wallet, phone, gun. Exactly. That's natural. I don't want to live in a world like that, he said. I still get to vote and affect change, but living abroad has been a godsend. I'm in America once a month, he shared. I'm home enough that friends, family, my church, and others assume I'm just away a lot on business, not realizing I'm living abroad. It gives me an opportunity to see the shift in America. Conflict resolution with guns is becoming acceptable. And and reading this, I made me feel some type of way, because I said a few years ago when my kids were still little, and I got one is grown and one is be out of high school in a matter of months. When I said when she was little, I said when she graduate high school, I'm either leaving the country or I'm moving to the country. Either moving to the country, moving out the country. That's what I said, and I meant it. But technically, I've moved to the country right now, somewhat, and because it's peaceful, got the land, a house with the land, it's quiet out here. But in the few years that I've been here, it's grown a lot, and it's continuing to grow. So where a lot of houses, a lot of buildings and stuff starting to consume all the land around us, to where pretty soon it will no longer be a country town. And so now I'm already planning my next move, is to move even further in the country. If not, have a place to where I can escape to the country if need be. But I still have the thought process, not necessarily moving out of the country, on a permanent basis, but at least being able to travel abroad. Now, this whole COVID thing, and you better get the jab. If not, you can't go out. You can't even go outside and check your damn mail. It's ridiculous. But that's a whole nother story, a whole nother video, and I hate to get that little tag under your video when you start talking about that, telling you to click on this website to get the factual information, whatever. But yeah, what I'm saying? Been thinking for years I wanted to like I say, leave the country. I know it's not easy, and I talk to Africans from Nigeria and this and the third. They tell me, what I'm saying, like it ain't all you think it is, or certain places that you can go, certain places that you shouldn't go. Certain places you can go that's worth it, and other places where it's not worth it. And how much it costs and this and the third. But yeah, I believe that we should all get passports and figure that could be a reason why they want you to get this jab. Because they think about this. They know a lot of us say we're not going to get it. But then they know a lot of us are thinking and talking about going out the country. They know more of us are leaving the country to visit and or to move. And I don't think they want that. It's funny, they don't want you here, but they don't want you anywhere else. No, they want you here, they just don't want you being comfortable or living as equal or better than them but they definitely don't want you to leave, which is crazy, man. I don't understand it. If I don't like you, man, I don't want you in my house. But whatever it is, but whatever, man. It could be like I said, why they want you to get that jab, because they're like, well, threatening you. Say if you don't get a jab, you can't travel. And then I say you can't go to South Africa, you know, and a lot of us going to South Africa too, because they got some new variant or something like that. But anyway, as I was saying, I think we all need to get them passports, save our money. We need to start investing. Like I said, you know, crypto, you know, stock market, learning STEM, you know, getting in STEM, start a business if you can. If you're not a business starter, then, you know, hey, like I say, STEM, stuff like that. Anything where you can get you a degree, a certification, somewhere where you can, you know, make good money. So that way you can, you know what I'm saying, stack your bread up and take some of these trips out of the country. That's what I'm in the process of doing. So, because we got to see something different, man. I think, you know, we've been brainwashed for years. All our lives we believe America's the greatest country. There's nothing out there better than it, which in some instances it may not be. I can understand that. But again, when you are living somewhere, like Brother Pierce said, where guns, conflict resolution with guns has become acceptable, that's a problem. Everyone talk about the Second Amendment rights. You know, they hollered that Obama was going to take all our guns. He didn't. Then they hollered that Biden going to take all our guns. He ain't. I mean, they try to do reform, but they don't really do it because, man, it's too much money. Too much money into this. You know what I'm saying? Funding these politicians. So that's just talk. That's just talk to get people to vote for them. That's all. We know how it goes. If they want to put money behind something, they want to stop something, they would do it pretty quick. Just ask the Asian Americans and ask the LGBTQ community. Yeah, if something needs to be done, yeah, the government can do it real quick. But I think Brother Pierce is on to something. And I want to know what you think. Do you feel that he's right? Because I do. I think, like I said, I think he's, well, can't necessarily say it's a right or wrong because it's not a question. I agree with what he's saying. You know, so I understand what he's saying. Like I say, every day you look outside and like you see violence, and it's just too much. It's just really too much to the point to where, like I say, I don't want to be desensitized to violence. I don't want to think it's just something normal. Like it's one video where a dude went to go pick up his son, and I don't know what kind of argument it was, but dude went in the house, come out with a shotgun, and I don't know, like this dummy tried to grab it. I don't know why you would do that, but dude bucked him twice. Laid on that ground quick. I mean, dead. Like I say, it's just too easy. It's just too easy to kill somebody, call it self-defense or stand your ground. It's just too easy, man. Because to me, it sounds like the wrong people are getting off, and the wrong people are going to jail. But anyway. That's my take on this. Like I say, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below. If you want to support the channel, hit the description box, click on the website, buy some merch, purchase some merchandise, and to help support the channel. If you start a YouTube channel or plan to start a YouTube channel, click on that TubeBuddy link, sign up. It's a great way to start. Get your foot in the door, help you learn how to streamline this, your YouTube channel, help you find what the hot topics are, help you with the keywords and the tags you use, so you can get more views, in turn get more subscribers, which is what this is all about. And with that being said, I leave you the same way I came, and that's a peace.